Hello everyone, my name is Curtis. Today I want to have a conversation about Sabrina, Damani, Damani's fiance, and also the Georgia Life Act, which is also called House Bill 481. And the reason why I want to have a conversation about Sabrina's storyline and also on the Georgia Life Act is because one, I do not feel like Tyler Perry went into detail about the actual act. And also, I feel like there was a mistake made in regards to what Paige said to Sabrina when they were at the bank. Before I go into detail about the Georgia Life Act, I do want to do a quick recap in regards to Sabrina Damani's storyline on last night's episode. So Damani did reach out to Sabrina and asked her to get rid of the embryos because one, he's getting ready to get married, and two, he does not want to have kids out there that he is not going to take care of. Sabrina tells Damani that she is not going to get rid of the embryos. He was like, "Can you please reconsider?" She was like, "No." Then she asked him, like, "Why do you care so much?" He tells her that his fiance said that she is not going to marry him unless she gets rid of the embryos. She was like, "Well, that's not my problem." Then she hangs up, right? So the following day, Sabrina, she goes to the bank. She has a conversation with Maurice, and Paige overhears the conversation, so that's how she gets involved. Paige tells Sabrina that she won't be able to discard the embryos even if she wanted to because of the Georgia law, which of course is going to go into the Georgia Life Act, and I'm going to talk about a little bit later. Later on that day, Damani comes to the bank and he tries to convince Sabrina to get rid of the embryos. She tells him that she cannot get rid of the embryos because in the state of Georgia, the embryos are considered to be a life, right? And so he's like, "Well, maybe we can have the embryos shipped out to a liberal state like California so they can get rid of them." And I was just like, wow, that is crazy. And so she starts calling him names. She gets really loud and really aggressive in front of the customers. I was like, "Okay, Sabrina, don't lose your job. I know that you were passionate, but we need our jobs right now." And so as the two of them are going back and forth, Damani's fiance comes in, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't fuck with her. His fiance goes into the whole, "Do you really want your kids to grow up without a father?" As if Sabrina can't meet somebody else, get into a relationship, get married, and then that guy can be a stepfather to her children. I thought that was kind of stupid. Then she's like, "Do you really want them to grow up in a stereotypical environment?" Sabrina's like, "Look, I'm not about to let you two bully me into anything." And so his fiance is like, "Well, you know what? I'll see you in court." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll see you in court." Now, I want to talk about the Georgia Life Act, House Bill 41, and then afterwards, I want to talk about the IVF journey, okay? And I do want to let you all know that the Georgia Life Act, it is quite detailed, so I am going to read directly off of my notes. All right, let's get started. So there are two classes of persons, natural and artificial. Natural person means any human being, including an unborn child. Corporations are artificial persons. They are creatures of the law and, except and so forth, as the law forbids it, they are subject to be changed, modified, or destroyed at the will of their creator. Unless otherwise provided by law, any natural person, including an unborn child with a detectable heartbeat, shall be included in population based determinations. As used in this code section, the term detectable human heartbeat means embryonic or fetal cardiac activity or the steady and repetitive rhythmic contraction of the heart within the gestational sac. Unborn child means a member of the species Homo sapiens at any stage of development who is carried in the womb. In the womb. Materials with the following statement concerning unborn children with a detectable human heartbeat, as such term is defined in Code Section 1-2-1 and of 20 weeks or more gestational age. As early as 6 weeks gestation, an unborn child may have a detectable human heartbeat. By 20 weeks gestation, the unborn child has a physical structure. Alright, so let's talk about the IVF journey, at least the beginning. So as you all know, the egg and the sperm, they are combined together. The egg is fertilized and it divides into embryos. After that, the embryo does grow for a few days. I believe it's 3 to 5 days, and then the embryo is frozen. If we go back to the Georgia Life Act, they are saying that a heartbeat is not detected until 6 weeks, right? So if we look at the timeline here with the IVF journey, it takes about 3 to 5 days, whereas with the heartbeat, that takes about 6 weeks. So therefore, the embryo in the IVF stage at the beginning does not have a heartbeat. So therefore, it would not qualify underneath this act. Also, it's important to note that women are allowed to discard embryos that have not been implanted into their body. They do have to get the man to sign off saying that they all agree that they want to discard the embryos, but she can have the embryos discarded if she wants to because they have not been implanted into her body. So I'm not sure why Tyler decided to include that in the show. Maybe he just wanted to make it a little more juicy. I mean, it was quite intense at the end, I will say that. But when it comes to this particular situation, she would not fall underneath the Life Act because the embryo does not have a heartbeat. She is allowed to discard the embryos. She does have to get permission from Damani, who clearly is in agreement with it. and then they can discard the embryos together. But of course, she does not want to do that. But I just wanted to make the video because I just wanted to provide some clarification on this act. And also because I forgot to talk about it on the review, I do apologize. So if you watch the review and you're like, wait, why didn't he talk about the last scene? I forgot. I'm sorry. So I decided to make this additional video discussing it. So I do apologize about that. But I did want to provide some clarification because I do feel like Tyler, he should have went more into detail about that. And that's everything I have. I do appreciate you all watching. If you could, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would be great. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Better rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye.